my wee little football team is going to be in Europe next season. It's going to be in Europe. Think of all the wee royals I'll be able to rub shoulders with. I can't wait. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South on the Impossible Dream as we look to win the Champions League with our Scottish club. Today it's Season 3, Episode 9, and we are going to try and make sure we are in the, securing third place in the league as we face Aberdeen and Hearts, I think is the second game today. But you can see here that we will be in Europe next year. Get your passport ready because we have qualified for the Europa Conference League at a minimum by securing a top 4 finish. And as I say, today, hopefully, we're going to make sure we've got third all wrapped up as well. Now you can see here, Celtic have been crowned champions, so that is excellent. You can kind of see the league table there, slight spoiler, with some things to catch you up on. It was happening between episodes. There are a few other things to catch you up on. First of all here, I've managed to get Scottish Players Manager of the Year. I don't really understand what that means, but we'll take it. It's some silverware for the office, so that's all very nice. And the other thing to catch you up on, it's just in terms of our sort of manager in-game that we have, we've got a National B license and we're going to be going for the National A license now, which is good. 4 months turnaround, so we should have that. Maybe not for the start of next season, but certainly for midway through it. So if we have a quick look at how we're coming along as a manager, 1.5 star. I mean, it doesn't really matter so much because we're not necessarily looking to move on. But our reputation is growing. Everything else there, managing finances, well, yeah, I mean, we haven't been great. And loyalty to players, I think loyalty to players, it's just sort of part and parcel of of developing the team as quickly as you can. And if you have a look at our attributes, they're still not great, but we do have a good level of discipline, which I suppose is a good thing. And everything else is coming along not too badly. So that is all excellent. Now there's 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, both in the league post-split. The first one was a tough one. It was against Celtic. So let's see how we did. A preview, of course, of the Scottish Cup final. We took an early lead with a Josh Thomas stunner. Celtic were quickly level and then took the lead before adding a third before half-time. Celtic went 4-1 up with 20 minutes to play and then added a 5th moments later. Before completing our miserable afternoon. So I'm glad we got that out of our system before the final. What a way to start the game through Josh Thomas. And it kind of all went badly wrong from there, didn't it? It started well. The other game to catch you up on is against Hibs. The only goal came midway through the second half when Hendry picked out Lutzi. So this was a much better performance from us. We should have scored and done the damage from the Celtic game to the goal difference, to be honest. You can see from the XG tracker, we absolutely dominated the game. They had 1 shot with 0 XG throughout the game. And yeah, I mean, the goal we scored in itself was a very nice team goal. And yeah, I mean, Hendry just making me wonder a little bit if we look to, his contract's up end of the season. If we do look to extend him purely as a sort of an emergency backup sort of situation at left back, because he's not the worst. He's not good enough to be first choice, but he's not the worst. I mean, I say he's not good enough. I mean, he's not good enough to be first choice. But in the league this season, 15 appearances, 11 of those have been starts, 2 Man of the Match awards, and a 7.23 average. You know, maybe he is good enough. Maybe I'm not using him enough and I'm not giving him enough credit for how well he does play when he plays. But anyway, that is everything caught up on the league table. We've got a 5-point gap over Aberdeen. We play Aberdeen and Hearts today, and hopefully that will mean third in the bag. We only need, with 3 games to play, we only need sort of 4 points to guarantee at this episode. And yeah, hopefully it'll be, as I said, everything will be wrapped up for terms of third in the league, and then we can start and build towards next episode and the final against Celtic. Let's have a look and see what we're doing here against the Dons. who, of course, we beat last episode in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. We're expecting something similar, a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And this is a team we're sending out. We're going to stick with the 4-4-2 that worked against them at Hampden. It's Eastwood in goal, Hendry, Iacoviti, Olafunwa, and McPherson. It's Bradley, Cochrane, Goss, and McAllister in midfield. Lutzi and Omar are the two up top. I'll tell you what, a win here will guarantee third place, won't it? So a team that we've become very familiar with over recent episodes. Looks like a change in goal for them, but otherwise it's more or less looks like the team that we've played in both in the league and the cup recently. I'm going to say let's take the pressure off, just play your natural game. I mean, even a draw here would be what, 5 points with 2 games to play, and they would have to go very wrong. You know, and I think Aberdeen have they would have at least one of the old firm to play as well. So yeah, we'd have to lose both, they'd have to win both, and it would be unlucky if a draw here would not be enough to get us into that third place. And there's a header over the bar. A loss, of course, certainly 2-point gap with 3 games to play. There's a lot of pressure on the Hearts game. And of course, we've still got to play Rangers as well. And that would be the final, wouldn't it? That would be the final game of the season. So, you know, ideally, we'd like to not lose this one and sort of take a lot of pressure off ourselves. Crossfield ball there, and it is picked up by Hedges. Hendry goes across. McAllister, can he get anywhere near the cross? The answer to that, obviously, is no. And they're just sort of parked outside. Oh, I thought that was going in for a second then. And that would have been frustrating, wouldn't it? We will be voting on your Viewers Player of the Year as well. So hang on for that between the 2 games. If you just sort of, you know, if it's people skip between the two games, that's something to make sure you don't miss out. There's a cracking little ball from Bradley. Oh, we can't find the finish. Shakir Omar in that sort of revised role that we've got for him now as the deep lying forward. He sort of put it on a plate, didn't he? But anyway, we've got another highlight. McPherson with the throw. Bradley to McPherson. There's a good cross in. Oh, and McAllister. No, it's Lutzi. Oh, we expect a little bit more than that from him. He's usually so reliable in front of goal. Hearts 1-1 with Celtic. Celtic have, of course, won the league, so it's a good time to play them, I would imagine. And if we can get third place nailed down, what I will look to do is some of the younger players, the guys we have that are sort of owned by us, not any loanees, that have higher potential, we could look to... Hearts have taken the lead against Celtic now. We could look to give them, we would look to give them a little bit more game time than we have been. So whether we'd start them, I'm not sure, but certainly the bench would look a little bit different. But, I mean, we've been the better team in this half. That is for sure. But it is 0-0 at the break. So what do we say to this? We'll point the finger. Unlucky so far. Scoreline doesn't... Yeah, keep going. We'll get there eventually. We've got faith in you. I just wonder if there's maybe a tactical tweak we can make that might benefit things here. Are we passing into space? No, we're not. So I wonder if that is what we want to do. I always struggle to figure out, by just looking at the way other teams are setting up, whether it's passing into space is something we do or don't want to do. It tends to be something I sort of try one, and if that doesn't work, then I try the other. Come on, boys, come on. Jakob VT, oh, can't quite get there. McPherson lets him get down the outside. I wonder if we want to defend with a little bit more width, maybe, and force them inside. That's a decent strike, isn't it? I wonder if we try that, looking for overlaps. And that puts a lot of pressure on this third spot all of a sudden. I mean, the good news is that we know that we're going to be in Europe next season. I mean, third place will be Europa League. I saw someone in the comments, and thank you for... I've gone blank on who it was, so you'll know who you are. I can't remember now if it's third place... Well, no, third place will be Europa League, won't it? Because if we win the cup, even if third place goes to the cup winners, we'll get it. And if it doesn't, it will then revert to the league, won't it? So third place will be Europa League. And that gives us the option then to parachute down somewhere I didn't confirm changes, which will be good and needed, potentially. All right, so let's go attacking. This just isn't working right now, is it? So what we'll do... Okay, we'll hold off from making any subs just yet, because what we can do is we can move Bradley back to the wing-back, McPherson can move forward and play as a Mazzella for us, and Cochrane will move in there to be the deep-line playmaker, and McAllister as a number 10. And that all just kind of figures itself out for us then. And can we start to get something going here? We've got a corner to defend. Oh, dear. Okay, now we need to start and panic a little bit, don't we? Lutzi just beaten in the air. All right, he's not... Let me think. We need to change things now. All right, so we've made 2 subs. McPherson and McAllister go off. On come Bishop to play as a number 10 and Lyon to play as that Mazzella there. And, well, yeah, things... need to get a lot better here. Let's try a berating. They're looking anxious. And if we can get a goal back, I mean, we'll take a draw now in a heartbeat, won't we? Can Hendry get that cross in? He's done well. It's Omar. It's Omar. He's hit the post. Omar has hit the post so many times recently. His radar is just that little bit off, isn't it? Cochrane's not having a great game. Why we have made subs? Have we made subs? Morton is still on the bench. So Cochrane's not playing well. Off you go. Morton comes on. And, I mean, look at that XG. We have been the better team, arguably, according to that. But we're 2-0 down. Oh, and third place. Is it just starting to slip away from us? It's not been our day today, has it? And we've lost the game at home as well. Look at that. Oh, that is so frustrating. Of course, it's disappointing. So with 2 games to play, and of course our last game is against Rangers, and I think it's away from home as well. The gap is down to 2 points. That's not ideal. And we were wakeful, weren't we? There's no way around it. Guys, wait right there, because we are going to have a game against Hearts up next. And we really, really have to win that. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to this second game, we do need you to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. So thank everybody who nominated players. We have been left with 4 nominees, and in alphabetical order, those players are, first up, Sean Goss. 6 goals, 5 assists, an average match rating of 7.11 for him. The second nominee is Fabian Lutzi. Only, of course, came in January, but 9 goals, 2 assists, and an average match rating of 7.27. The third nominee is the great man, Shakir Omar. 17 goals, 10 assists, and an average match rating of 7.38. And the final nominee is another striker. We like our strikers this season, Josh Thomas. 10 goals for him, 4 assists, and an average match rating of 7.18. Now, the way this works, down the very top of the description below, there is a link. Click on that. It'll take you through to a straw poll where you can vote on who you think has been our best player or your favourite player this season. And at next episode's End of Season Awards, we will announce the winner. So don't forget to go and vote, and let's get to this. Let's get to this game. We need to win. We need to win. Rangers are away to Aberdeen. There's a chance that, let's hope that they get points off them, because we've got to play Rangers, excuse me, final game of the season. Now that means Aberdeen might have Celtic, do they, final game of the season? They do. So if we can, we need to win. If we win, we should be good. I say that. Hearts beat Celtic, didn't they, just this last game? So we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. Same thing that we saw out of Aberdeen. And against my better judgment, we're going to play the same way as well. So it's Eastwood in goal, Hendry, Iakoviti, Olafunwa, and McPherson as the back 4. Bradley, Cochrane, Goss, and McAllister. Try that again. Shakir Omar and Lutzi up top. And, well, they're going to have a chance to redeem themselves. They weren't bad against Aberdeen. They just, didn't take any chances and conceded 2 goals. But otherwise, they were quite impressive. Now, do we have any Swanson, of course, who we had on loan before he was so rudely poached away from us? So that is Sutar's only on the bench for them, which is maybe surprising as well. The recent praise has been justified. I can almost maybe get on board with that, because maybe that'll build confidence a little bit, and we should be fine here. You know, we've arguably, if not, well, the league table doesn't lie, but I think we've been the third best team this season. You know, so to let it all sort of slip away right at the end here would be really, really disappointing, wouldn't it? So hopefully we'll do ourselves justice and you know, get the result that I think we deserve. And if Rangers want to do us a favour against Aberdeen and make sure that it's all wrapped up in a nice little bow on top, all the better. Not too much happening here, though, so far. So we'll just... yeah, here we go. We've got some defending to do, it looks like. McAllister does his best. Ball in, away by McPherson. Omar flicks it down there to Lutzi. Now, he's not the quickest. He's not the slowest, but he's not the quickest, and it is taken off of him. And here come Hearts. It's a crunching tackle from Goss. Hendry picks it up. Iakoviti back to Hendry. To Lutzi in a wide area. We're sort of very compact areas, and are we passing into space? We're not passing into space. Okay, well, that's concerning. Let's just do this. Come on, boys. We don't want to fall behind again. There's the lump over the top. Oh, Iakoviti's let him go, and onto the crossbar. Oh, I'm so nervous. All right, we've got a corner. Can we get someone on the end of this, please? It's a decent one to the back post, and it's in by Shakir Omar. Finally, he stopped. Well, he still hit the post. This time it bounced in instead of out. And in the 23rd minute, it is 1-0. And Shakir Omar gets his name back on the score sheet. Good ball to the back post. Good header. Post in. Fantastic. 1-0. And we just need to defend properly now. Let's give them some praise. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. Have we seen a score from the Rangers Aberdeen game as of yet? I don't think we have. Now, of course, bearing in mind that Aberdeen have Celtic in the final game, we may already have enough points here. But the fact that Hearts beat Celtic... Oh, it's a cracking ball, and Shakir Omar. Oh, he's been toying with us for the last few games. It's a stunning pass. I missed who it was that threaded it through. Omar made no mistake with the finish, but it's a stunning goal. And is it? It's Goss. It's Iakovic. No, it is Goss. First time as well. That is a wonderful pass, a wonderful finish. And 10 minutes after we go 1-0 up, it's 2-0. And let's praise them again. And if we can get a result coming in our way that we like, Celtic have fallen in a heap, haven't they? They've won the league, and I don't think they've stopped drinking, apparently. Come on, boys. Let's defend properly here. We don't want any nerves. Oh. Jesus, decent strike. Olafonwa asking for a referee favour there, which thankfully he got. But it certainly looked a very clumsy challenge, didn't it? If we can just get through to half-time. We've had 2 shots on goal, and they've both ended up in the back of the net. So we're Aberdeening them, aren't we, from like that happened to us in the last game. But I'll take that. That's fine. Don't get complacent here, boys. We just need to go out there now, play these last 45 minutes out sensibly. And that should all be good. And, of course, we've got a kick-off highlight. Can we get a Shakir Omar hat-trick? I'm not sure. Shakir, he must have scored a hat-trick, surely. He seems to... What I really like about Omar is that he's not one of those strikers that has... And I'd almost say Lutzi is one of those sorts of strikers where they'll have games where they just can't stop scoring, but then they might go a little bit quiet. Omar has kind of been consistent, and I don't remember him getting a hat-trick. Maybe he did earlier on in the season, but he just pops in with, you know, one goal here, 1 goal there, which is exactly what you want. You'd rather have them scoring a goal a game than scoring 3 in one and then none in the next 2, even though you'd end up with the same amount of goals. Goss with a good defensive header. Let's just tell him to focus. Cochrane is not having a great game in there, so let's get Morton on for him. And here we go on the break. Can Bradley thread in a pass? Oh, he's gone maybe the wrong side there. Maybe the better option was a little bit more through the middle. Take your time, McPherson. There's no hurry. Iakoviti comes forward now. What can he do? He goes back to Eastwood. This is fine. Ball forward. Lutzi knocks it down wonderfully for McAllister. Can he whip a cross in now? We've got Omar in there and it's deflected by the defender. Oh, the goalkeeper's made a meal of it, but his defence has bailed him out, unfortunately for us. And we've got another highlight now. Bradley on the ball. Ball in. Lutzi. Oh! That didn't look far away, did it? Another highlight. This time it's Hearts in possession. Can we nick it? Oh, Iacovitti's done well. He goes forward for Omar. Omar goes past the lunging defender. And can he get his hat-trick? Shakir Omar's gone a long, long way. Oh, he talked himself out of a goal there. Cross in. Lutzi. Oh, hey! Fabian Lutzi with a 10th of the season. It's 3-0 now. That should be that. And if we don't see a score come through from Pitodri that says Aberdeen are winning, then that should be that in terms of third in the league as well. Because if they get a point, that would bring the point back to a gap back to 1 point, but we would get 3, which would extend it out to 4. If you're still with me. And so that should mean with a game to play, it's job done in terms of finishing best of the rest here. And it would mean, unless something is weird that I haven't figured out yet, it would mean Europa League football next season. Not, oh, it's off the post. Not Europa Conference League. And like I say, the main benefit to that, as there's probably, as I said last episode, a little bit more money involved in the Europa League than the Europa Conference. But I think the biggest thing is that it gives us somewhere to parachute down to. And certainly these early seasons in Europe for us are going to be about just going as far as we can and building up the coefficient points, which will help us in future draws so that we get better draws, which lets us go further and so on and so forth. So if we have somewhere to parachute to, even if we get knocked out, we don't make the group stage of the Europa League, we go down to the group stage potentially of the Europa Conference, gives us the option of finishing third in a group, and oh, it's a good strike. It's 3-1, and we just don't want to take our eye off the ball just yet. But yeah, third in the Europa League would then allow us to parachute down as well. So it gives us that little bit of a safety net that you don't have. Morton's got to be a little bit quicker getting across there, doesn't he? It's still a very decent strike, though. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's praise them. It has been a very even game, and arguably they've had the better of it. So we are being massively... Oh, Aberdeen's taken the lead. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, dear. So it might be a case of we need to have one more game today, because this isn't done yet unless Rangers can get an equalising goal. We've played okay there, but suddenly I'm very, very nervous. We're not going to get third in the league. So there is still just that 1 point gap. Sorry, the 2 point gap with one game to play. So superior finishing provides cutting edge for Queen of the South. That's all well and good. A double for Shakir Omar. We've won the game. We've done what we had to do. But we've been let down by Rangers. Well, let's hope Rangers play fair here and let us go and beat them. We're going to have to do another game. All right, welcome back. Let's do this quickly. Episode length is running out of hand here, but you can see here this is the final, or the bottom half of the split. So Inverness have been relegated. Dundee United go into the relegation playoff. Celtic need to do us a favour here if we can't do ourselves a favour and beat Rangers. So we're expecting a defensive 4-3-3 from them, and this is the team that we're sending out. It's more or less the same. There's one change, and actually what I wanted to do is just be a little bit more defensively cautious here. So Eastwood in goal, it's Hendry, Iacoviti, Olafunwa, and McPherson as the back four. Goss and Morton will sit back in there. They're a controlled possession side, so I'm hoping that this will help us. Bradley and McAllister will provide the width. Lewitzi and Omar will hopefully provide us with the goals. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It's a strong-looking Rangers side, isn't it? There's certainly some very big names there. So unfortunately for us, they haven't decided to give some youngsters some game time, which is something I would have really liked to have done. But obviously, needs must here. We want to try and get third in the league if we at all can. So yeah, we've got Ali Roy on the bench, though, so we'll try and give him a farewell. This is, of course, his last league game anyway, and let's be honest, he's not going to be playing in the cup final, so it's a shame to say goodbye. But equally, he made the decision to leave, so his contract is up, which is why he's decided he wants to be a first-team player. and we've decided that between Omar, Lutzi, Josh Thomas, that we've maybe moved past him a little bit. Now we've got some defending to do here from a free kick. Eastwood on your toes, mate. Ooh. What are you playing out there for, guys? Jesus. All right, it's okay. Lutzi has it. Can he... Unbelievable. I've aged 20 years just by watching that one highlight, I think. We've got a set piece to defend now, corner. And it's an absolute bullet header, and it's 1-0. Celtic, we're begging you, please, can you do something to help us here? Decent ball in from Kent. Decent header, though Olafunwa, maybe you'd expect him to do a little bit better. Celtic have taken the lead against Aberdeen. So that's something. What I should have checked is head-to-head, how that's going to work. So that if we lose... No. If we draw and Aberdeen win, there's not much chance of that happening, though, is there really? Because that is the only way we can end up on the same points. I think Aberdeen might have a better goal difference, but Celtic's 2-0 up now, so it may not matter. And that would be fantastic if that could indeed be the case. Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing too much of a game here. Let's try demanding more. And we do now have a highlight. Morton picks up the loose ball. And is this going to be a Queen of the South highlight? Iakoviti comes forward. He gets it wide. McAllister back to Goss. Oh, Morton did well there. There's a good ball for Lutzi. He's in. Can he find the finish? Save the goals for the cup final. That's okay, guys. Save the goals for the cup final. Note to self, we might need to do some chance conversion training as well. But in the end, that's been a fairly even half for us. What do we say to that? Let's give the fans a performance. I wonder if we try that. Let's give the fans a performance to be proud of here. Final home game of the season. It's been a wonderful season for us. Let's see if we can end the league part of the campaign on a high here. So we'll give it a little bit of time, then we'll get Ali Roy involved for a farewell appearance. Ball in, headed away. Goss will pick that up. And he gives it back to Morton. Morton, Olafunwa. Oh, and if he's onside, he should have done better with that chance. Let's give them some more encouragement. McAllister, has he picked up a knock? He has. That's not great. We need you for the cup final, so Rowe will come on for him. We'll give it a little bit more time before we get Roy involved, only because he hasn't played much, so he's not going to have too much match sharpness about him. So let's get him on now. We'll give him half an hour to see if he can add one more goal to that fantastic tally of his. Bishop for Omar. I'm wondering if that might be a sensible thing to do. Protect him for the cup final. Bishop's on the bench. That'll be all our subs done, so hopefully nobody else picks up a knock now. And let's go attacking. Let's encourage. We can't make any more subs, can we? No. And, all right, so let's go more attacking for this last little bit. So we've moved Morton and Goss further forward, and we'll just go and put a little bit more pressure on them and see if we can go and, go and rescue a point here. I haven't seen any more goals coming through from the Celtic-Aberdeen game, or Aberdeen-Celtic game. So that is good. We're more than happy for that to finish 2-0 to Celtic. And we've got a little bit of trouble here. Olafunwa goes across. Kamara back to Jack, who has smashed one in against us. Was that this season or last season when he absolutely whacked a pile driver in? We're not giving him as much space this time around. Olafunwa gets a foot in. The ball breaks to a Rangers player, but it is put over the bar, which is where we like to see the Rangers shots going. Let's try a berating maybe late on here. We've fired everybody up, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, does it? There's another highlight. I did see, I think, Aberdeen Scotland, Aberdeen Celtic even, third time's a charm, pop up there. I'm really hoping that was not an Aberdeen goal. Goss wins us back possession, looking for Ali Roy, but can't quite find him. And we've opened up in midfield, and you can see that, and Elvis Manu has wrapped this one up for Rangers in stoppage time. And the question now is, have we done enough earlier on this season? Have Celtic done enough up in Aberdeen to mean we have third place in the league? That's just us opening up, isn't it? And really, whether we lost 1 or 2-0 here, and Aberdeen is down 3-0, so it doesn't matter. It is going to be third place in the league. It's a that's what I saw just as it flashed down. But it's third. It's a 2-0 defeat on the final day. Ali Roy bids farewell with a 6.4, which is strangely accurate, given... that's harsh on him. He's been good. So there it is, the final league table. It's Queen of the South in third. And that should mean McAllister's injury is not too badly. That should mean it's our highest ever finish. What's this asking me? Just go away. It's a highest ever Premiership finish. It should mean that we've got Europa League football for next season. Let's double check that. So Hearts have booked Europa League. We've got 2.24 million. That makes the finances look okay, doesn't it? Competitions, Scottish Premiership, league table. It's still saying Europa Conference League. But we know that the Europa League spot, if it goes to the cup winners, it'll be ours. If we lose the cup final, it'll go to the league, and that'll be us. So it is going to be Europa League, even if right now it is saying Europa Conference. So well done. That is Europe's second competition. We'll be in next season. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and you'll want to be subscribing because next episode, it is the Scottish Cup final. We'll be facing Celtic at Hampden Park. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of the 6-1. That would be a disaster. We'll also have our end of season awards, so don't forget to vote for your Viewers Player of the Year, and I will see you next time as we look for a first major trophy. Take care.